Okay, so Radio Days Day 2. We're here with Ole Jørgen Torvmark from Digital Radio Norway. So you had the Digital Radio workshop here on Sunday, and you've just been involved in a session in the conference talking about switchover. What's been the interest and reaction from people at the conference here to the DSO in Norway?
We're quite overwhelmed of the response and the interest for the Norwegian DSO, because I think we had more than 300 delegates from over 20 countries visiting us these 2 days. So we're very glad for that, and people are of course curious how is the outcome of this. And I think it's important for us to tell that we're not finished. It's just 3 months since the last shut-off, so it's way too early to say how it's gone. But of course we can look at how it looks right now, and we're very pleased to see that the listeners are loyal and they have followed through. 98% of the weekly listeners are here compared with January last year. So that's the most important thing, perhaps. The other takeaway is that people are listening to the news stations. They appreciate to have a bigger choice. So 1/3 of all listening is now on the news stations that people have get access to. And of course people want to hear about DAB in cars, and if we would do it again, if we should start all over, and the answer to that is yes. And they are also curious about commercial radio, where their income affected the switchover year, and we're pleased to say that they had the same level of income in 2017 as in 2016. And that's very much because the way we switched off region by region and NRK 2 or 3 months ahead of the commercial stations during the biggest, most populated regions.
Great, thank you. And so obviously the switchover has been watched very closely by a lot of different countries. What would be some of the key lessons and key takeaways that you'd say to other people that are thinking of their own DSO plans?
I want to say, first of all, it's important that every country find its own way to do this, because every market is different. But I think there's some really important takeaways from Norway. For us, it was the switch-off plan that made the big difference. For 15 years before 2011, we had what we call a chicken and egg period, where everything we're waiting for each other. We had not good enough coverage, not enough stations, and we had very expensive radios. So in 2011, where we got the political plan, where we put up the switch-off date, either in 2017 or anyway in 2019, that made the whole difference. And we suddenly had the possibility to invest in full coverage, a lot of new stations, and then the electronics trade saw the business opportunities, and the message to the listener become much clearer. So that was the big change for the development in Norway. So I think that's the most important message we have. Be clear about it, tell people that the radio will be digital, and set a date, even though if it's far ahead. It's important to be clear on that.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you.